Let's try. Cool. Welcome home and welcome back, a lot of people today. What I'm gonna do today, we are gonna talk about what? We are gonna talk about three things. We're gonna talk about what happened to the stock market right now. We're gonna talk about some of the trades that we have or actually already recommended for the past how long? In the past 2 months. Remember our strategies on guidance strategies is best if it's for 2 to 3 months time. We're gonna look at that. And lastly, what also gonna happen is we're going to recommend some trades. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get straight into it right now. I'm going to finish this in probably in 1 hour time. Cool. So the very first thing, whenever we want to look at the market based on week two, for those who are new, whenever we look at the market, you want to really look at the whole SP 500 first, because what happened to SP 500, it actually affects crypto, it affects a lot of many things. So you want to start with weekly time frame. And I say it many times, but I just want to say it again because it's so important. A lot of people are afraid of market crashes, but you can see 1987. You can see we have this 2000 internet crash. We have this 2008 financial crisis. We have this 2020 corona crisis. We have this inflation crisis. At the end of the day, if you are patient enough, if you click forget your password when the stock market started to crash, and if you're patient enough, eventually it will go back up big time. So I want to say congratulations to you because you decide to invest in yourself to learn how to trade the stock market, because it's a really consistent and reliable way to make money fast. Yeah, I mean to make money reliably and increasingly. If you're being patient enough, if you hold some great stocks. In this situation, we're talking about SP 500 or even QQQ in terms of index. Yeah, so patient enough is the key. So now let's go on weekly time frame to draw the step by step. So second step, we want to draw a trend line. You kind of know. So this is a first way, or some other people would draw the trend line. The second way we draw a trend line is kind of probably just is more relatable right now, probably just right here. Both is acceptable. Just remember you want to have a longer time frame, less steep, as well as a lot of touches. Yeah. Then you go on daily time frame again. You can draw a trend line on daily time frame as well, and it will be probably just be around kind of here. Yeah, one touches, two touches, kind of three touches, just right there. Yeah, trend line is okay. It's telling us that if it comes down here, you want to buy here. If you bought here, I would say congratulations for you to make a decision to buy there. Now, and then you do the third step, just draw a support line. It will be saying if you can buy just right here at 4800, if you can go all in at 4800, I want to clap my hand and say congratulations to you to go all in the market for 4800. If S&P 500 came all the way down here, if you close your eyes and if you buy any great stocks like Nvidia, you buy some stocks that's guidance that increase a lot, that's quite high growth rate, write it down, quite high growth rate, quite low historical PE ratio compared to its peers, you're going to make a lot of money. Yeah. And as well as increasing guidance, so which is what we always do. Now, that's when it comes down to 4800. That's where you really can go all in. Because when it comes to 4800, we probably at extreme fear anyway. So yeah, but anyway, if it comes down here as well, you want to be, take your chances as well to put like 10% of your capital in as well. So yeah, this is a support line. And if it comes down here, you will be even happier. And then the next support line is probably just around there. So I would say anything below 5,000 will be really good time to kind of get into the market. Yeah. Some people will be like, oh Raven, what if I got in here at 42, what's that called? At here, like 4300. What if it keeps coming down? Like what it keeps coming down to 5,000? What should I do? Type in the chat box. If it is a SP 500, you bought at 5312, but it came down to 4923. What would you do? Type in the chat box real quick for a second. Remember, repetition is the mother of skill. Yeah, repetition is the mother of skill. Tell me what would you do at that moment? Now a lot of people will panic selling and stuff like that. But if you're using share dealing, I just want to make it clear. If you're using share dealing, you can buy it. You can add more positions to buy it if you've got a little bit more money. Yeah, extreme fear, because sometimes extreme fear can last for 2 weeks time. Yeah, so you can just dollar cost averaging there to keep buying as it comes down. As you already know, it keeps going up eventually. Same thing with corona crisis. It went down, a lot of people got panic, but eventually it went all the way up. Yeah, but I want you to realize the emotion of the market real quick. Emotion of the market. So sometimes when you bought it and it keeps coming down, you just have to realize that you might get angry, you might get panic, you might get depressed, but that's normally the market bottom. Yeah, just be careful of your emotion real quick, just right there. And it's easy to say right now, and it's very difficult to act on it to buy it later on, to add position later on. You might be very, very scared, panicking, all of this depression and all of that going on. And it's very normal. And everyone has that. 2008 financial crisis, everyone has that. Corona crisis, everyone has that. There. Inflation crisis, everyone has that. On most of the time, 98% of the people have that. But it's the ability of you to recognize your emotion based on the emotion of the chart at the bottom. Yeah, and get on it. Right now, you're probably feeling really thrilled, really excitement, really euphoria at the moment, just because the stock market has been going up higher and higher. You probably feel like you are missing out, feel FOMO and stuff like that. But yeah, so just be wary of your emotion at the moment. Yeah, so just act opposite of the market emotion, and you will do really well. So that's based on step three. You draw your support line. Anything below 5,000, just write it down. You kind of really want to go all in. Everyone we reach extreme fear with open insiders as well. Yeah, and that's step four and step five. That's okay. Step five just means that if it is stochastic crosses up, is a good sign to buy. For those who are new, you might want to change your note. If it comes down, it's not a signal to sell anymore. A lot of people will be teaching you when investment indicators crossing down is a signal to sell. It is not. And yeah, it's much better to have a buy signal when it crosses up. Like for here, you can see it's a time to sell. Like right now, probably time to when it crosses up. Here a lot of sell signal, but it didn't go down. It continued to goes up. Yeah, buying when it crosses up is a much safer way to make money. Yeah, buying the stock is much safer way to make money than shorting the stocks. Yeah, for those who are new. Now let's go to step by step. Right now, let's go on the website, just go on one by one just to see what's the emotion doing at the moment. You go on step one, just click on that, and let's see, just get the first one, the fear and greed, real quick, just right here. So here we are in greed stage, very, very good. We want it to reach extreme greed as soon as possible so that the market actually come down. Yeah. Remember, whenever we reach kind of extreme greed, usually the market, giving a chance for it to come down. Yeah. So it's a really a good time. You want to start putting into position when you reach fear or extreme fear. Right now, it's not there yet. Extreme greed, you can kind of looking to short some position using very small capital size. Yeah. So we are almost there for the market to kind of turn a little bit, just that. So that's based on step one. And then step two, when you look at the IG sentiment, I just want to talk about this real quick. IG sentiment right now, I think they took it down. If you open it, I think they took it down. So what you have to do, or what you got to do right now, you got to actually record it every day, kind of. So you click on here, and then they have a market data here. So you open it up. So you kind of have to plot the chart yourself right now. Let's see if they have it. Where is it? US tech, other position, 15. Where is it? Let's see. Most open position recently. View. Oops, where is that thing? Okay, let's see one more. Wall Street. Let's click client sentiment. Client sentiment. Yep. You go on client sentiment, it says 77 short. So you kind of the graph is plotted by doing this. You go on SP 500, and then you plot the graph by doing this. To make it very short, basically the way you make money on this is you aim from the top or you aim at the bottom. So you aim the outliers. Okay? You aim the outliers. When it's really high, you do something. When it's really small, when it's really low, you do another things as well. Yeah. So we'll talk more about that kind of later on. But this is just for those who ask me a lot of questions about IG sentiment. They gone away. Yes, sometimes they change it, but they still have the original data here. So you just have to pay attention to when, let's say, on average, it's always 55% short. Suddenly, if the short becomes suddenly if the short becomes okay, let's go to SP 500, US 500, and let's see if it comes out. Okay, sure why it doesn't come out. But the next one for SP 500 is just technology, so it's very similar. Yeah. Let's say you can see 55% of the people are shorting the market at the moment. Hence the market keeps going up because majority people are shorting the market. And the way normally the market acts is they will go against them. So if a lot of people are shorting, the stock are going up. So you can see most of the stocks are going up. So how do you know that type in the chat box? How do you know what numbers that this has to be for you to start saying that it's time to short the market? For example, I'm just giving you a chance right now. What number does this has to be for you to say it's time to short the market? Type in the chat box real quick. For those who don't get it, that's fine because this can be a bit advanced, but I'm just going to tell you right now. So let's say on average, the price is always, let's say, I don't know, the price is always 55. Yeah, the price is always 55. People are shorting, let's say. Yeah, people are shorting 55. Let's say you are at 55. Okay. Now, the thing is, when it comes to the top, yeah, when it comes to the top, let's say it says 75% people are shorting, comes to the top, or when it comes to the bottom to say 25% of people are shorting, obviously they're not going to put it as 25% people are shorting. They will do the other way around. They will probably do buying instead, but just make it click, just make it easier. That's what happened. So when 75 people, when there's suddenly a lot of people who are shorting like that, all-time high like that, when it becomes outliers, there's normally a sign for reversal. Yeah, it's normally a sign for reversal. If I can go back to the graph, I will show you the graph. Let's see if I can show you the graph. If I can go back to the graph, I will literally show you the graph. Let me just show you real quick. Let me just see if I can find it for you real quick. Do, 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 do. Just see if I can find. Okay, I think it's something like this. Let me see if I can find the graph for you. Yeah, I think that's the graph. Right. Oops, give me a second. Yeah, this is kind of like the graph. Yeah, so it's the same thing here. Basically, you plot it yourself. When you see, let me just remove everything here. When you plot, you will see that suddenly it becomes the highest. When it's the highest, it just means that it's time for kind of reverse. Yeah, so you just do the opposite. Like for example, on Euro CHF is at 65% of the people who are buying, for example. Blue means they are longing. Yeah. 65% people are longing. And suddenly this 65% of the people who are longing gets to so high, 90. So it used to come down all the way big time. But because when it goes to the highest ever, highest historically, then it's a time for reverse. So rather than keep shorting because the stock keeps coming down, rather than shorting, you will click the opposite direction. You will start buying them. Yeah, it's the same thing right now, but it's just right now you have to put the figures on. And the way to make money, just remember, is to aim for the outliers. Aim for the outliers means aim when it's the highest or when it's at the lowest. Yeah, it's as simple as that. You can go back to this week two, number four, just to get that clearer. Let's see if there's more example again. So they remove that. I think a lot of people make a lot of money on this. So they just remove that. So you kind of have to plot that yourself, which is absolutely fine. Another one, I think it's that one. Let's see, play. Yep, that one as well. NZD and what's this? NZD and US dollar. So you can see on average, the numbers is always, let's say, I don't know, like always, you can see here 50. Okay. it's always at 50. And you plot, 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 plot. Suddenly it went all the way to like, I don't know what number is this, 30, 30. You will be like, it's kind of time for reversal. And which is did, it reversed back. You know, it used to went up and then it went like that and it reversed going back down big time. Yeah. So just watch back this training, you kind of can get it. Yeah. And let's see. Yep, same similar situation here. It gets really high to around 70. So I presume it used to come down the stock, but when it gets to 70, it just went up big time. Yeah. So it's a sign for reversal. And this is quite helpful for Forex. This is helpful for you to time the reversal of the market. Yeah. Or you kind of wants to get ready when market is going up, market is coming down, etc. Yeah, it gives you because 80% of people lose money, retail traders. So if you can go against a lot of these people, you make a lot of money. Like for example, 55% are shorting right now. You should expect the stocks to come down, but it didn't. The stock actually go up because we always go opposite of what the client sentiment, the retail trader sentiment. We go opposite them. Yeah, that's how we make a lot of money. But anyway, so that's based on step two. And let's come back. So that's just IG sentiment. I think a lot of people ask me that questions. And what else? We've got what is this? Charles Trading, and then we've got national associations based on hedge funds as well. Let's look at okay, this is a bit laggy. This is the same. So you want to stop. You can see the STAX is how many people are buying and selling. You can see when a lot of people are buying the market comes down. When no one is buying them, the market kind of goes up big time. So you can kind of predict when this guy goes all the way high up there, probably want to be careful and kind of ready a little bit. Yeah. So this is again going opposite to people's direction. Trading activity, STAX, Charles Schwab trading activity based on the sentiment of the retail traders. Against you go opposite of them. Yeah. When everyone is going in, everyone is trading, you want to start shorting the market. When no one is trading, the markets normally go up big time. So if you want to go all in, you might want to write it down. The time to go all in to buy the market, you can sell your house. To buy the market is when this guy goes like that to 40 again. That means when no one is buying anything, everyone is really scared. Retail traders are not putting money into the stock market. That's actually the time to get into the market. Yeah. So that's just recap back based on the previous training. As you say, repetition is everything. Now, NAAIM report. So in order for you to want the market to crash, you kind of want to come all the way up here. Guess what happened in what is that? July last year, 2022. And then this is like in the beginning, and then a little bit of April here. So if you want the market to start crashing, it has to reach around there as well. Yeah, for the market to kind of turn a little bit there. Okay, so and for you to go all in, you kind of have to be around at 40 because this is when the market bottom. I'm not gonna go back again. You probably know already. Yeah, you can just back test it. We repeat it quite many times. This is literally the market bottom all the time. Now, that's based on NAAIM. This is a whole step one is just based on sentiment. Now, let's go on step two real quick here. Yeah. Step two is getting a bit let's see, is really looking at what's gonna happen historically. So if you look at election time, just to be a layer bit, one cycle bottom towards end, what's this? One election year. Let's see if there's any election going on. This is pre-election. Election is always 2000. I'm just going on 2016. Okay, I think this is election time. Is it? Let's have a look. 2000, 2001, 1004, 2024. Yeah, kind of. So it's saying that right now, kind of in September time, kind of at the end there, we are supposed to see kind of a kind of pullback kind of going on. So we are still kind of waiting for that pullback going on there. Yeah, for the markets to kind of pull back. So that's based on the SP 500 historically. You're just waiting for the pullback at the moment. Cool. Now let's go back to the guidance now because we want to recommend some trades. So we've been doing this for quite some time. Stochastic is week three. Chihang. Well done. So now we've been doing this, quite some time. We almost recommend trades almost every single week. And so last week we recommended, Alaska Airline, Cantaloupe, Oxford Industry. I think we can recommend three or four. And I think they did quite okay. Let's look at Alaska Airline. And obviously we need to wait for 2 months' time. So if you look at Alaska, what is that? Alaska Air Group. Alaska Air Group, when we recommend is kind of where are we 17. Oops, what day is that? Last week. When is last week? Today is 24th. Last week will be Tuesday. Yep, just around there as well. Yep, just around there. Today it will be higher already. Yep, it will be around higher. It did pull back a little bit. Today is around higher there. Yep, and some sort of did go on Cantaloupe as well. Kentucky is a bit more powerful. It just went up like that. We recommend last. Where's that? Tuesday. Yeah, just around there as well. Yeah, and it went up like that. I think it's near the support line. I just deleted the support line there as well. Yeah, it went up quite a bit nicely there. Just went up like that. So this is Cantaloupe. Lots of students got in and they're very, like happy that they did. Just Oxford Industry. We talked about it last week as well. Oxford Industry, what has happened? Oxford Industry sell because it drops by -18. We decrease on. I think Oxford Industry, we kind of have to do a lot of quarters all together, and we kind of have to compare and contrast to see if it actually dropped. So Oxford Industries basically historically it used to drop 26%, and then previously it's dropped 36%, and then recently it's only dropping 18%. So it actually drops very little compared to historical data. Yeah, it actually drops very little compared to historical data for Oxford Industry. So we wouldn't have actually short Oxford Industry if you pull back to the past six, to the past 4 to 3 quarters. Yeah, Oxford Industry, they are giving us quarterly guidance, the quarterly to quarterly guidance. I want to say very quickly right now here, this is week four kind of training. For those who don't get it, that's fine. But I just want to let you know right now, if you are comparing between QQ to QQ guidance, you want to make sure you are comparing at least four guidance, QQ to QQ, quarter to quarter. When it's full year to full year, it's fine. You can probably get away by just comparing between two. Quarter to quarter, you need to have at least 2 years combined together. And you will see that this quarter, we are decreased 18%. The next quarter, the previous quarter, we decreased around 23. The next quarter, we decreased 28. The next quarter, we decreased around 36. So now we actually decrease a lot lesser compared to the previous quarter. So it's actually not a good time to short Oxford Industry because it actually decreased less compared to the previous year and previous quarter. Yeah. So just take note on that real quick. For those who are new, just remember if you are comparing quarter to quarter, pull at least 6, 7 quarters. And for those who are new, you want to make sure you are shorting the markets or you are buying the markets when it's at historical high. Yeah. So I just want to put it here. Make sure it's creating history. Repetition for Nora. Yeah. History. Make sure it's actually creating history when you are actually trying to buy or sell any of the market. Yeah. This is Oxford Industry. And the rest, I think is okay. Salesforce, we can't actually find it on IG. I don't know why. Let's try again. Salesforce stock. Yeah, it's actually not on IG. I think it's probably some China stocks or something. But it did went down since we last recommended. We on a 17 and it's been going down that like the world has never seen before. Yeah, it just went down really nicely. If you use interactive broker, you're probably gonna find this stock. Yeah. So last time we recommend kind of three trades kind of properly. We kind of got it quite nicely. Samsara, a lot of students got in as well. Now the tricky part here is that obviously the whole stock went up for the past 1 month. So if you've been shorting stocks, it wouldn't go to the way that you want. If you've been buying stocks, then it will go to the way that you want. Remember, I asked you to swear a couple of months ago, if you own any index, you never, never, never sell. If you own SP 500, if you own QQQ, they are all on share dealing. They are on not on leverage. You do not have to sell them. Yeah. Samsara, we recommend on 10th of September as well. It went up big time. Lots of students are screaming with profits as well. Today, we're going to do the same. We're going to recommend some trades as well. Now, we are not in the season right now where you can find a lot of trades altogether. So some people might have problem finding trades, but we're going to try our best. All right. Cool. What does this mean? Let's have a look. 20th of September. What is this? BMW. Okay. Min wants us to short BMW. Let's have a look. What is this? This all over the place a little bit. So 7.5. I'm just gonna get the number. Expected on sale 7.5 minus 10%. Pyro is 10% for the year. Good. 7 to 10%. So how many percent is that? That is 25%. So based on that, should we buy or should we sell BM um B is it Mercedes or is it BMW? Let me have a look. What is this? Okay, Mercedes. I'm so sorry. Yep, it's Mercedes. Based on that, should we sell or should we kind of buy BM? Sorry, Mercedes. Cool. Let's have a look real quick so we can do it in a proper way. Now, because the comparison here is adjust return on sales, okay? It's adjust return on sales. It would be nice to have like earning EPS and things like that and stuff like that. Earning before interest are now expected significantly below prior years level. Um, Low already. Maybe can short it to PE 3. Good. I love that you are using PE ratios as well. Just trying to see how low is the PE ratio. So what is it called? BMW, the Mercedes PE ratio historical. Remember, if you want to short something, you want to make sure it has the highest PE ratio ever. Let's have a look. So historically, it's always at 5, and then it went up to 1,000, and it's always at 4. So, yep, the P ratio right now is around 4. It's quite low already, so it will be quite tricky to short this guy at the moment. This is 2022. It's not really right now. Let's find something that's happening right now. What is this? So the P ratio right now is at 4.764. It's kind of in the middle. The highest is probably around 6, 7. Yep, there. And that's kind of the bottom. Bottom is around 4. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it might go all the way down to 4 to kind of shorting like that. Now, I need to go to market screener just to type Mercedes real quick. And then I'm gonna go on all news. 20th of September is gonna be 1, 2. We're gonna look for guidance right now. Yeah, Mercedes cut full year guidance. Let's have a look on that. Cut full year guidance 7.5 down from a prior of 10. Now, 7 from 10 is like 2.5%. It's not like a massive sales 6 for the second half of the year. So you mean unchanged the second half, and therefore Mercedes guidance to be significantly lower compared, that's called slightly below last year. below compared to previous. It will be slightly below last year, slightly below. Okay, okay, okay. Definitely things might come down, but it's not massive basically. Yeah. If I use 7.5, 10% to 7.5%, the decrease is probably 2.5%. Yeah. So if I'm gonna do Mercedes, and because of the fact that this is quite near the support lines as well, technically, if you look at the weekly chart, yeah, it's kind of near the support line here. It's not gonna say it's not gonna come down, but it's just not a really bad news for it to come down. It might though, if the stock crash, it might come down really nicely as well. We might come back to this a little bit, just because of the fact that it's just decreased from 10 to 7.5. But well done, Min. I think you did really well here. Now the next one is BMW. BMW. Okay, we can't really see that. Anyway, let's put the next person right now. Anyone wants me to look at yours, type in the chat box. You can send me to me, host and thinger, host and panelist, so I can actually look at what you want us to look at. Who is this? It's not loading. It's empty. Laura, let's look. What date? You can give me the date. 16 FedEx. 16 can be a little bit. Okay, I think we talked about it last time. Sam. Let's see, 17, 11. Yeah, you want to give me some latest ones, Sam? What is this? Dollar General, we've done let's see. Let's see this code. September 19, 23rd. Cool. So let's do this person. Guys, please do the work. Just put on some trades on. Sorry, yeah, just do the work because you have to put it on into your account. So you got the confidence to do it. Yeah. Now let's go. Let's look at this. Elixir. Um, Elixir. Our strong momentum is 100 million. Outlook that. Let's look at the number. 104. The guidance minus 85. That's the previous one. Is it the same year? Let's see. Our momentum is strong for the full year 2023. Okay. So it's 22%. So the previous is 70, now 85, now 104. So based on that, if you just look at that, should we buy or should we sell? That in the chat box, please. It has to be an active journey, guys. It has to be a little bit active, interactive, just so that your brain can start working. Obviously, if you're on a um So should we buy or should we sell? Down the chat box real quick for me, please. Now, the way we do it is very simple. You look at the number right now is 104. This is the latest one. And then the second year, 2023, is that. And the 2022 is 70. So you look at this number. Do you think we are creating history right now based on these three data? And should we buy or should we sell? Down the chat box real quick for me, please. So the 4th of September, we're gonna buy that. Yeah. Just because I don't even know how to copy that. Maybe I'll copy that. Increased by 24% compared to last year, probably just 15%, in terms of the EPS. Okay, so the answer is to buy. So if we go to Elixir, hopefully it's not all-time high though. Elixir what? Elixir International. Which one is that? Mm-hmm. PLC. Let's see what is this. Stock price. Elixir International PLC. Okay, this guy. So you will see that if you have bought it on the 23rd of September, when is that? That's yesterday. 23rd of September. Yep. It went up. Yep. Quite nicely at theirs as well. Alexa PLC. Okay, cool. Let's look at the next one. Real quick here. Well done, well done. Alpha wave. Let's see how much. 310, 310 minus 345 divided by 345 and it's 10%. So this is provide 2024, 2024. So it decreases there a little bit. Would you kind of agree? Yeah, the number decreases. 10% is not massive, so we might ignore this guy. Let's read it carefully. Provided expected to see the changes, mergers of two AI that resulted in consolidation. Okay. Now, remember, whenever we look at mergers, whenever we look at sometimes something sold something, mergers and stuff like that, we kind of want to ignore it because mergers is very complicated. So we're just going to ignore it for now. Okay. Mergers, it affects many things. Sometimes they use their money to do something, they spend money and all of that. So we're going to ignore alpha wave just because they are merging two companies together. Now let's look at Oxford Metrics PLC. 40 minus 44, which is last year, I guess. Wow, this this goal is incredible because it's not easy to find it like that. Cool. Would you buy or would you have sold? Now, what this girl did, because PLC is a little bit tricky, so what she did, she go in September and then she found the guidance 40. And then what she did, yeah, she go on last year's as well, which is very similar, 23rd of October last year. And then she found a number. I presume because PLC, sometimes you don't have quarter data. You have to go back to 1 year ago. So she found it for 44. Yeah, and then she go another year again, and it was there's no number there. But anyway, so if you compare between these number, we definitely decreases. Okay, so it's a good short, even though it's not a lot, but 9.1 is okay. We're still gonna put it as short anyway. So I'm gonna copy that and negative. Yes, you do have to check seasonality. I mean, you have to check everything that we talk about. This is step three. You have to check one and two. So this is negative 9%. So short PLC year to year. Cool. Let's look at the next one. Allegiance. Some people will be like, oh, Raven, how these apprenticeship students found this to make that happen? You literally have to go to Market Screener and just do it from the top to the bottom, and you call it a day. Yeah, go to the guidance from the top to the bottom, week 4 training. Yeah, it's very simple once you've done it. So let's look 2.25 minus 3.5 current quarter. Okay, now this is a tricky part because this is quarter to quarter. So when you look at quarter to quarter, your mind will be like, okay, I need many, many quarters back. You need a lot of quarters. This is only doing 2 quarters. You want to have at least 4 to 6 quarters to really see if this plus 35% is big or not. Okay? Because maybe last time is plus 100%. But plus 35% is also quite good. For Allegiance, I think if it's a US company, 35% is also quite good. So because of that, because it's plus 35%, we will be buying as well. Okay, we'll also be buying. So I'm going to copy that and quarter to quarter, 35% increase. still need to go back to the previous 4 quarters to find the rest. Okay, let's go to the next one. We've got Japan, September 19. Let's look at the calculation real quick. Some people might get confused. Don't worry about getting confused. Once you finish week 4, you're probably gonna get it. Now, let's have a look. Calculation or when you're on high level training. 19.14 is here, minus 29.27. Where's 29.27? Wow, it's here. That's crazy. To get good at guidance, there are two skills. First skill is knowing what to look for. Second skill is the ability to extract the information. Okay. So 90 minus 30 is 34. Let me just see whether the information is a bit too powerful. So 19.14 is expectation, the profit, all right, on the 19. And then there's a revision on the previously. So it's saying that the profit per share is 29. So this girl was using 19. This student was using 19 minus 29. So she's got 34.60. Is okay. Okay. Hmm. Let's see if we can. What company is this? IR Japan. What's that? Let's look. IR Japan. Not sure I've heard of that company, but let's go Google this guy. IR Japan Holding. IR Japan Holding. Stock price. Cool, 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 cool. Wow, that's actually insane. So, but I can't find this on 9G, can I? Let's see. Yeah, it's on 9G. Maybe also interactive. Oh, it is actually here. I'm so sorry. It's actually here. IR Japan, you have to copy and paste the whole thing. Cool. So because it's 38% using our strategy, because it's dropped 34%. Remember on international companies, you want the bigger the drop, the better. 34% is okay. It's probably no. No, just remove it. Remove everything. Remove everything. So on this date, which date? Let's have a look. On this date, 19th of September, you should have short the company because this is when the things got released. But let's say you are one day late, you short on September 20. So 19 will be here. Where is 19? Ooh, okay. This is here. Let's go to like 4 hour chart so you can see properly. Yeah, it's still coming down a little bit nicely as well. Okay, cool. Well done. Well done. Lots of students who've done it, they'll automatically go and put on the trade for that one. Now, Basilie, this is going to be 60 million minus 42 million and net profit now with total estimate. Now, guidance on US government grant, okay? Obviously, this guy got a grant from the government. So 19th of September, based on that, normally we will buy it. But because it's based on US government grant, I'm gonna ignore it. Okay? Because grant we want to make money when someone actually has the ability to make money rather than just because of grant. Let's look at the next one. Endeavor. I'm using 1.12 minus 1.52, but well done for trying. 1.12 minus 1.52 is 26. The last time is 2 to 1, and then now 1 to 1.12. Wow. Okay. Okay. So do we drop a lot, from here to here and then here to here? Do you think the drop is quite big? So 2 to 1 is probably around half, and then 1.1.2 is 1.12. So the drop is 26%. Let's look at last time how much is the drop real quick. So 2.35 minus 1.52 is 0.83. 0. 83 divided by 2.35 is 35%. So it's very similar. It's not too little. Last time the drop was 35% last year. Ooh, shouldn't touch it. Cool. So based on that, this is not like creating history or anything. It's not like, wow, it's massive because like massive and stuff like that. It's not like particularly massive. Give me a second. Are we doing the same thing? Okay, is that the oh no. I moved the numbers a bit. Alternate Z, alternate Z, alternate Z, alternate Z, alternate Z, alternate Z. Anyway, cool. So it's not particularly massive, but it's still an okay kind of short. So I'm gonna put it there. Endeavor short because it's 20, what number? Let me see, 26, I think. 26% drop in EPS. Even last year was a drop of 36. So not too bad. Okay. Now let's go at Endeavor PE ratio. If the PE ratio is really, really high, then it's giving us a lot of chance. Historical PE ratio. Where are we? Let's look at Y chart. It's 20, 37. 37 is 37. Let's see. Is there any coming up? 2024. Oh, there's no number there. It's a UK company. Okay, this is the PE ratio of this guy. So historically, it's always around 58, and then the lowest is around 27, and then now it's around 76. If I look at it carefully, 9, 15. Yeah, 76. So it's actually quite high. So let's look at the stock. If it's at the resistance line, we can short it as well. Endeavor PLC. Let's see. Since when this guy happened? Let's look. Since 19. Ooh, not far, not far. 19 would just be, yep, let's say it's here. This is 20. Yeah, so it's just there. Let's see, it's the lowest low. Okay, it's actually quite low now already. Probably cannot short it. Cool. Now, in order for you to have the confidence to short it, you have to go back to at least 3 more years to see how much is the decrease. If in the 3 years it's always decreased 100%, 100%, 100%, then 26 is actually very, very low. Yeah, 26 is very, very low, so you shouldn't short it. But if previously it's always increase and increase and increase and increase, then 26% is actually quite a big number. Yeah. So you have to go back to decide whether you want to show that or not. Cool. Let's look at the next one. What is this? I think I've adjust everything. Refresh it a little bit. Pictures has been it's going the other way. So we have done Andava. Let's go at Terex and PZAC and Compass. 3 more left. Let's see. Um, so Terex was 18.81. PZ was 14.54. Maybe you can do all of them. Compass is negative 12. Yeah, we probably can do all of them. So 900 minus 1030. Wow, wow. Okay. And then it was 12. Compass mineral. Okay, I'm going to put that on as well. Compass mineral. Just based on that. And if you want to have the confidence, yeah, a lot of people are like, oh, Raven, how do I have the confidence to actually to see it properly? You literally have to go back step by step. Now, it says guidance for salt and corporate segments remain unchanged, while the adjustment to the outlook plant nutrients are reflected. Because one section is remaining unchanged, so it's not a particularly great news. So I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Yeah, salt sales are expected and revenue to be like that. So because salt is the guidance remain unchanged. If you want to make a lot of money, you want something to change. So I'm gonna ignore this for now. Okay. You want things to change rather than remain unchanged. Okay. Let's look at PZ Custom. PZ Custom is gonna be 47 minus 53. Hmm. This is cute. 14%, if you look at it carefully, deliberating operating profit 47 minus 55. As a result, we now expect the adjusted operating profit. Let's read the reason. Further depreciation of Naira. Okay, based on the currency. So last time it dropped because of the currency. If you read it carefully, you can see, last time it dropped further depreciation of the Naira. I think it's Naira is probably Nigerian currency. And then it costs us, we now 30% since our balance. As a result, we now see operating profit to be 50, and now it's even lower. Okay, cool. Yep, this is an okay short. It would be nicer to be more than 14 because it's PLC, because it's based in the UK. So if it's not in the US, you want to be at least 20%, but this is okay. Okay, so let me just remove every. Oh, what happened? Let me just remove everything. Let's look at the last one there. Because we don't have a lot of short, we need to have some shorts as well. The last one is TechRex. TechRex is 5.8 minus 7.15. Wow, that's where he got the number. And then the difference is 18. TechRex Corporation. 19th of September. Let's read it carefully. Announce group acquisition. So another problem with this is acquisition. Yeah. So I know that's a 18%, it looks really nice, but because there's an acquisition going on, so we exclude, okay, excluding. So because they exclude things already, so maybe it's not too bad because they exclude acquisition. But anything to do with acquisition is still a little bit tricky. Yeah, because you need to take into consideration next time, are they going to exclude it? Are they going to include it? And stuff like that. So the thing is, if they exclude it, if it's going down so much, people will be like, oh, it's fine to go down so much because obviously they exclude things. Can you see what they say? Yeah, they say, oh, because I didn't take the other two companies into consideration, hence my calculation is so low, you know. So it's a little bit tricky there. So because of that, we're probably gonna choose this instead. PZ Kuson, the 47 minus the 55. Okay, let's just copy that. PZ Kuson. The drop is only 14%. Paraf, we don't look at things whether it's all-time low or not to short them. We look at the guidance based on week four. But I love that you are trying. Yeah, I love that you are trying. Cool. PZ PLC. This is since, yeah, okay, it's near the support. put there, just right there. So okay, cool. PZ PLC. Let's look at the PE ratio. PZ Coulson PLC historical PE ratio. I'm gonna wrap things up to just tell you how to kind of move forward from now as well. Okay, there's no P/E ratio there, it's at a loss. Okay, so you can't really have the P/E ratio there. Cool, cool, cool. So as I said, if the market come down, the whole thing's here. If you're shorting any companies, it will go do really, really well. If you buy any companies, unless the stock market, if the market comes down, everything normally the stock comes down as well. Yeah, that's the thing about the stock market. Especially we have been like burning fire at the moment. You can see, like why said, Warren Buffett has so a lot of stuff going on. If you look at 500, SP 500, like Warren Buffett and a lot of people are actually selling quite a lot of stocks. Like it's like going up like that. This is not really sustainable. Yeah, so a pullback is kind of very much expected. Yeah, we are in greed situation right now. We are in euphoria. People are getting excited. People are getting FOMO, and yeah, when we reach extreme greed, then things is probably getting ready. We're just waiting for something to pull the plug. It's just one of these things to happen. Okay, so that's what happened. If you look at any of the stocks that we kind of recommend last time, even BRP short. Let's look at what's BRP. What's BRP doing? Yeah, we can recommend BRP short. It's been going there like that. GitLab. A lot of people talk about GitLab the other day. GitLab. Let's look at what is GitLab doing right now. So GitLab is kind of going sideways kind of at the moment. Now, in order for you to go on GitLab to see whether you should do it or not, first, yes, you go to seasonality, very important. Second, you also want to look at look at what? Look at the now. We don't have time to go on step one and step two. All of the stocks that we are looking at today, you have to go to seasonality to look at one by one. Go to my website, Raven Connolly, type on there. You look at one by one, and it is good, then you click your button. If it's not, if you are new, please do the if you are new, do on your practice account first. Yeah. So you gain some confidence, so you know how things is gonna happen like that. So what else do we have last time? We've got like long time ago, 20th of August, we have Zim integrated, 20% up. Lots of students were screaming with profits for this one, Zim integrated. If I show you the recording, you will see it. Zim integrated. Since then, it's like that going on. It's at all-time high now. That's what else. Emma Sports. Let's see what's happening in Emma Sports. Emma Sports. From mid-teen to 15 to 17%. Okay. So it's also went up quite nicely ever since just right there and then as well. Yeah, like climbing like a ladder like that. Ammo Sports. Interesting. Lots of students were screaming, Titan Machinery. What's the name? I can't see your spreadsheet. You give me a lot of companies like Thor and etc., but I cannot see your spreadsheet. This Titan Machinery, previous guidance was expecting to make 2.25 profit, now expected to make losses. Lots of students shorting Titans as well. Yeah, it's coming down really nicely there. Cool. Moneric and things like that. Things goes on and on and on. Like we have Staring Infrastructure, Tekan Group. Let's go what happened to this Staring. We recommend to buy Staring Infrastructure here because it's 12% on the 5th of August. Just right here, the arrow, it went up big time. I'm just showing you what happened 2 months ago. A lot of people are looking at 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 hour, 3 hours, and people got panic looking at that. I'm just looking at, we have been doing this since 20th of August. I'm just showing you it went up, down, up, down, up, down. Eventually, it went up like that. I'm just showing you the true process because the way to make this money is you buy or sell now, and then you wait for the next release. Next release is like 3 months, 2 months from now. So, and it went up massively like that. Students are screaming with profits with all of this and just keep going on. What? Third group, especially when the difference is quite big. Yeah, third group 1 to 8 short decrease mid-single digit expected to increase from previous mid-single to low single. So low single to mid-single. So from low to mid to low. So yeah, going down kind of like that nicely. August kind of right there as well. Yeah, cool. You will see that. Yeah, for those who are new, put it on your practice account a little bit, just so that you get some confidence to see how things actually works. Yeah, and let me know. Now I'll just oh, I can't remember his name. Ernest. Where's your work though? You keep asking me to look at your work, but I didn't see any of it. Guys, if you want me to look at your work, please put on this spreadsheet. I'm gonna give you the spreadsheet right now into Google. Please don't give me your own spreadsheet. Just put on this spreadsheet and you will do really, really well. I'm gonna put on the chat box. Well done. Well done, everyone. I hope you took a screenshot of the trades for this. Now, we will see the result of this trade 2 months from now in September, probably November. Yeah? Cool. I'll send you that thing. So yesterday with good profits, was it a good timing? Do you think it will pull back before the election? I think it will pull back, yes. But it's not about thinking. Remember, if you own any buying stocks or index and stuff like that, you never sell them. So you are happy both ways anyway. First, you already own some companies and they make a lot of money. Second, if you haven't owned any company yet, you can get ready to own it kind of later on. Yeah. Well done, everyone. I hope you learned something new today. Yeah. So, what is the conclusion here? The conclusion here is that you kind of got to take action, guys. You kind of got to do the work a little bit. Sometimes, if you can't find the companies, if you want me to book for your one-to-one session, etc., you got to do this. You got to find some companies, some guidance. You got to place your trades so that when I go to your trades later on, I can look at what's the reason you make a lot of money? What's the reason you don't make a lot of money? Yeah, that's how you do it. If you want to trade Forex, you must record IG sentiment 30 days. You have to record on 30 days. Basically, you go on here. If you want to trade GBP US dollar, you have to plot that graph for me for us to have the confidence to click our button. Click client sentiment. Now, everyone is shorting at the moment. Guess what happened to GBP against US dollar? It's going off to the roof like the world has never seen before. Can you see? It keeps going up. So you need to ask yourself, oh, Raven, if I want to short, reversal is going to happen. You want to wait for the peak. Now, in order for you to have the peak, you need to have the data. So personally, I think the peak is probably at 80, 80. If it goes to 80, you can probably expect reversal to happen. So in order for you to know it's 80, you have got to do it already. You have to like have the data, you know, like that. Yeah, it's a very powerful skill, by the way. Client sentiment, a lot of our students make hundred thousands, thousands, thousands of pounds by recording it, aim the top, aim the bottom, aim for the reversal, and a lot of money coming into their way. If you just aim the highest and the lowest, I told you already. Look, 72% people are shorting. Guess what happened? The market are going up big time for GBP US dollar. But once you get to the peak, 1990 something is even nicer. You can go all in to short GBP US dollar. Yeah, if it gets to 90 something. Yeah, because you know that's gonna be the peak. Yeah. So a lot of money. If you don't understand about this, week two video and week two video in lesson four, we talk more about that later on. Each of these strategy gonna make a lot of money itself. Each of these one by one strategies you're gonna make a lot of money. But when we combine all of them together, you are literally unstoppable. Yeah, cool. That's it for today. I hope you learned something new. Next week we're gonna see you at the same time on Tuesday. We are getting ready now. We are getting ready. We are in greed stage. Greed stage is a stage we are doing nothing. We are being patient at the moment because we are in greed stage. We're just getting ready at the moment. Yeah. Extreme greed, you're probably gonna be like, you know what? Let's look for guidance that's gonna go down. And then I'm gonna go for guidance that's gonna go down. I'm gonna click my button, you know? And then extreme fear, let's look for guidance that's gonna go up. Guidance is gonna go up, guidance that's gonna go up. Extreme greed, guidance that's gonna go down. Yeah, money's in your pocket. You can see a lot of trades that we've been recommending has been going really, really well. And well done for today. Speak to you guys next week. Thank you, Jatin. Thank you. Let's Abi. Thank you, Adrian, Amadi, Amy, Bola, Camila, Chat, Chihang, Henry, Joe, Laura, Min, Mira, Paraf, Minra. Welcome. Nice to see you. Rohima, Sa, and Shuma. Congratulations. You're welcome. Good evening, please.